The American and British media continue to savor the diagnoses and inadequate condition of us. President Biden, preparing their audiences for a new turn. The president's condition worries Americans. Even personal meetings are not complete without cheat sheets, they note. US President Joe Biden is forced to resort to clue cards even during private conversations. Such details were shared by former Speaker of the House of Representatives of Congress Kevin McCarthy on the air of the American TV channel Fox Business. Joe Biden still uses a teleprompter when you meet with him behind closed doors. These are notes. He was reading from a piece of paper. If you deviate slightly from the given topic, Biden will start to get lost. Because he does not have a cheat sheet for this case, the ex-speaker noted. According to McCarthy, the reason is age-related changes in the body of the American leader. The media has repeatedly pointed out Biden's problems, noting that the American leader confuses words and events, does not remember the most important details, and, from time to time, gets lost in space. This week, it was reported that Biden confused Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, saying that Americans immediately saw Xi as the future head of Russia. The incident occurred at the annual National Governors Association. It was clear that Xi Jinping would become the leader of Russia. China. We had problems with Russia and other countries at that time, Biden said. Recently, the New York Times recalled that the president said that he had apnea, difficulty breathing and holding his breath during sleep. But his doctor did not indicate this in the letters dated 2021 and 2023 on the assessment of Biden's condition. Several surgeries performed in 2019 helped, but did not eliminate the symptoms of apnea. Biden is one of the millions of Americans who use a ventilator during sleep. They are echoed by the British edition of The Telegraph, listing what this sore leads to. Apnea is a potentially dangerous disorder that, if left untreated, can lead to forgetfulness, fatigue and drowsiness, as well as cardiovascular diseases. The publication did not mention only the possibility of sudden death, delicately bypassing this fact. Biden's team continues to keep silent about which drugs are constantly injected into him, so that he behaves more actively and does not fall in public. But even the current confessions reinforce the already growing concern of Americans about the state of their president. 68% of the population are sure that Biden is not capable of fulfilling presidential duties. Even among Democrats, there are 43% of them. Biden's main opponent in the primaries, Donald Trump, is trying to take advantage of this in every possible way. However, Biden's attending physician Kevin O'Connor, reporting on the results of the annual examination of the American leader, said that he was able to do the president's job in full. According to the doctor, Biden is a healthy, active and strong man. Kevin O'Connor gave a list of Biden's ailments, but did not mention a word about checking his cognitive abilities. According to journalists of the 360 TV channel, nobody checked the president's speech, his memory and attention, although in early February, the special prosecutor called Biden in his report an elderly man with memory problems, noting the improper handling of classified documentation. Therapist Kevin O'Connor is most likely lying when talking about Biden's good health. The problems are obvious. After all, the presence of geriatric symptoms, including dementia, is clearly evident in the behavior of the American leader. We are looking at an elderly man who is already completing his life path due to natural causes, so he has a sufficient number of age-related diseases, but the doctor tries to hide the symptoms, which are already quite obvious to the naked eye. An unsteady gait and a confused look. This is how Biden has appeared lately. According to experts on age-related diseases, Biden clearly has acquired dementia syndrome, which is progressing before his eyes. It's pointless to deny it. It is quite obvious that Biden is dependent on the environment, and all his speeches are prepared by someone else. He does not compose a public speech himself, but simply reads the text from the screens, which moves at his pace. It can sometimes be noticeable. In such a state, a person cannot govern the state. At this stage, it is difficult for people to even serve themselves without resorting to the help of others. Management is operational current planning, risk assessment, forecast assessment, and strategic planning. In the state that Biden is in now, he won't even be able to complete the questionnaire. If you bring him to the subway, he will get lost. And there is no need to say that Biden needs help. This is obvious. Therefore, it is strange that his doctor talks about the president's legal capacity. Against this background, voters in wavering states called the shortcomings of the current and former presidents. According to the respondents, Biden is more honest, but most see Trump as a strong leader. Voters in the United States consider the incumbent president, 81-year-old Joe Biden, too old, according to a Bloomberg News and Morning Consult poll in states where the main struggle between Democrats and Republicans is unfolding. This opinion was expressed by 82% of respondents. The age of 77-year-old former President Donald Trump was indicated by 47% of the study participants. Swing states are states in which, on the eve of elections, there is an approximately equal level of popularity of candidates from both major parties. The Bloomberg News Morning Consult online poll was conducted from February 12th to 20th among 4,955 registered voters in 7 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Both Biden and Trump intend to participate in the elections in November 2024. Bloomberg notes that more than 1,000 respondents started talking about their age even before the interviewers touched on this topic. The survey was conducted shortly after the publication of the special prosecutor's report, in which Biden was called an elderly man with a bad memory. The disadvantage of Trump, according to the majority of respondents, lies elsewhere. To 59% of respondents consider him dangerous. Among them are those who are going to vote for Trump in November. Biden was named as such by 48% of the study participants. Biden is considered more honest and compassionate than his predecessor. At the same time, more than 50% of respondents see Trump as a stronger leader. Biden to 32%. About half of voters in swing states said they would not vote for Trump if he was found guilty in any of the criminal cases. The cases against Trump relate to payments of money for silence to porn actress Stormy Daniels, attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election, the attack on the Capitol in January 2021, and the mishandling of classified documents after leaving the White House. The ex-president denies the charges. On economic issues, the majority of voters trust Trump, the poll showed. However, they supported some of Biden's steps, for example, the anti-inflation law he signed.